on?
We're on.
Okay. What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Broad Motherfucking Topics. I'm your host, Kim Congdon, here with my co-host,
Alex Scarlato. What's up, everybody? I'm so happy. You guys, Kim's in town. She's in town for a month. She's already pitched staying to me. I'm like on cloud nine. I can't even describe it. It's like somebody's lifted me to heaven.
I said that if the place that was next door to here would let me do... At first, I made the mistake of saying 6 months, and she was like, I'll move in with you. And I was
6
like,
months. I could do that.
And then I panicked. I was like a girl that said, I love you too quick.
Yep, I've been there.
And then I said... okay, I do month to month. And things got a little more sad in the room. No one mentioned it, but...
Oh, no, honestly, I don't have the money for 6 months. I was going to stretch my bank account tight to come live with you. I'll do you a month to month.
I could live next door here for 3 months.
I'll do a 3-monther.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll have to recollect my life again when you leave, but...
I just keep coming and hurting you. I'm sorry.
Damn it, Kim.
You know, every city I live in, I'm hurting someone when I leave. There's a lot of loving Kim.
You gotta stop being such a little gypsy about this.
I know.
Is that a bad word, by the way?
Yes, it's a slur.
What do they call themselves? What do the gypsies call themselves?
Gypsas.
What? That sounds like way harsher. A gypsoid.
Gypsoid. A gyppy.
Yeah, they also, it's so funny. When I was babysitting Lewis's son James, I accidentally taught him the word. I accidentally taught him the word gypsy without realizing it's a bad word. And
that's really funny.
Yeah, totally. Because like we got cheated on something. I forget what it was. I was like, oh, you got to be careful. You don't want to get gypped. I just didn't realize it was a word my grandfather used with me when I was.
I didn't even realize that gypped came from gypsy.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I just put that together when you said it.
Anyways,
James knew that before me.
Surely don't know what you're supposed to call them. Some people are just gypsies, right? Mm-hmm. I don't know. And no offense, you're one of them.
I'm a spick gypsy.
Damn, I can't say that, but whatever you want to call yourself, I guess.
Yeah, this is great.
Yeah.
It's nice to be back.
I almost want to just very simply draw the curtain aside just a little bit and divulge the minor bit of information that you and I have just seen each other for the first time in a month and disclosed so much shit that we would usually save for a therapist to one another that we almost don't know what to talk about on the show because it's
Me and Alex truly took 30-minute increment turns just really letting it all out.
Letting it out. Our deepest, darkest secrets came out. It's all we want to talk about.
Right before the podcast started, I admitted more secrets.
I admitted so many secrets to Kim and everybody in this room this morning.
Everyone knows our secrets.
Everyone knows exactly what's happening right now. We don't know what else to say. So we were going to resort to just talking about the new hires.
Well, this is a problem because I had a spot last night at the stand, and there was a little podcast called Legion of Skanks also doing their podcast downstairs. And there is new interns. You guys get new interns. Mm-hmm. And they all came up after. And how did we start talking about this?
First of all, I saw Paul introduce himself to you very respectfully. It was very sweet.
He fingered me without consent. That's what happened.
Paul's the best. He's here right now.
Oh, Paul. Okay, I thought. Okay, Paul. I thought we were talking about.
Paul came up.
Sorry, not you, Paul. Paul, you definitely didn't finger me, dude. I'm sorry that I did that. All you've done is be really nice and give us great financial advice.
He's so sweet.
He's been actually so sweet and so cool and chill, and
he's been the best.
I hate to say this out loud. He talks at the perfect times. I complimented him on this yesterday. He doesn't slam when he walks around. He walks around like a little mouse. You wouldn't even know he's there. I love him. Great.
He's great.
He's so great. I forgot who he was.
That's what you want when you first come into comedy, by the way. I feel like you want to be wildly forgettable for a little while. And I don't know, some people just aren't doing that.
That's horrible advice. That is the worst advice.
No, if you're trying to be a producer. As a producer.
Oh, as a producer. Okay, I see.
No? Do you see
I
what
don't know.
mean? I feel like there's like, the people who come in with like really booming personalities, they end up having a lot more trouble.
That's true.
Right?
Yeah, people that come in hot. I mean, the way Harrington barely made it through.
And he only did because we saw deep into his soul, and we were like, you could stay because you have nothing else.
Yeah, no, you're gonna do great, kid.
Yeah, no, you're killing it.
Now the other one.
On the other hand.
The other one. So I heard there's so correct me if I'm wrong. You guys did the like the competition for interns.
Yeah, the intern Olympics.
Yes, the intern Olympics.
Our third intern Olympics.
Mm-hmm. And you guys did a lie detector test.
Yes, the first week they came in,
and 3 out of 4 of them were rapists.
Now, what had happened? Can I tell you what had happened? We did a little bit of research into the people who we picked for the competition based on their resume, like what the information they gave us in their resumes. And within a day or two, Gay Mike actually found out that Paco had some issues with somebody in the YouTube community. He's like a big YouTuber. And that she was claiming that he like had sort of displayed some sort of sexual misconduct with her. And so we decided that one of the first questions on the lie detector test would be, have you raped? It was just laid right out there, have you raped?
That was the exact wording.
Yeah, and it turns out that if you just fucking get a rapist in a room and say, have you raped? They fucking clam up and they say, oh man, I don't know what's really rape? They're like, they start fucking...
If a guy says what's really rape, the answer is yes.
So one person did say, what's really rape? Like, what's rape?
So he's raped. Next.
Yeah. Paco, on the other hand, basically said, yes. Well, and then started. I mean, it was too late. It was already too late. Obviously, the first word that came out of his mouth was yes.
Oh man,
was that right? Am I remembering wrong? Okay, no, just making sure.
So he's raped.
So I mean, we found out the information. We put him on the test.
I want to know what
raped.
kind of rape. What is the story behind the rape?
Does anybody here know any more about the story? I thought that. I don't even want to. It's hearsay at this point. But
it shouldn't be hearsay. This should be fully researched. He's here. Can I also say the other detail about him? Where he's staying? He's living with the producers.
Not me.
He's at the Hype House.
Yeah.
Nobody knows the details of the rape.
We were planning a sleepover at the Hype House.
Nobody's even taken a 5-minute dive into his rape he admitted.
Later this month, we were going to have a sleepover at the Hype House.
I'm not sleeping there.
We were going to take our rightful places in Frank's room and in the crush.
Ooh, I have a good idea. Let's sleep there and set up a rape and get it on camera.
You want to set up a sting?
A sting rape.
Paco sting?
Every rape is a sting, technically.
This is going to be a real... Every rape is a sting. Sting's hard. This is actually going to be a really good, by the way, indication of whether or not Paco listens to Broad Topics, because I don't want this to leave this room that we spoke about him. I want to see if it comes back.
Right. No, this is a secret.
So how do we set up a rape? Is it like maybe...
Well, first we got to find out the details of the last rape, and we have to copy it. A killer always does the same murder twice.
I think it was a situation where it's like...
Drunken? Like, we can get drunk with him. I'll pass out in his bed. He slips one finger in me, I'm getting on a GoPro. I swear to God.
So I think the situation was he had a date with a girl, and they went back home together. And she said she didn't want to sleep with him, and they ended up cuddling, and he ended up convincing her, kind of thing, even though she had said no originally. And then after the fact, she felt that he had taken advantage of a situation and whatever. That's the way that he explained it. But at the same time, when we said, have you raped? He said, yes.
Which just seems more like you really raped. There's more to this story.
Then he went on to tell that story. So It's like, and can I tell you, he seems like a nice guy. I've openly told him straight to his face, I don't like him. But he does seem like a nice guy. You know what I mean?
No, he's a rapist. No, I don't. I don't see that. I don't. Did I meet him?
I'm sure a lot of rapists come off as nice guys. Yeah, that's how do you think they get to the rape?
Right.
You can't start with the rape.
Yeah.
I mean, you can, but you have to have brute force at that point.
There's only 2 kinds of rapes. I mean, there's probably millions of different kinds, but
Yeah, can I tell you? I feel like there are so many different types of rape. Can somebody look up, like, if there's like categories and how many types of rape there are?
Okay, there are at least 300 types of rape.
There's probably as many types of rape as there are countries in the world, I'd say. Not quite as many as there are languages spoken, but as many as there are like sovereign nations. Like,
I need to know more about Paco's rape. We can't keep steering away from this. So did the girl make a statement?
I don't know. Does anybody know?
Nobody cares. They just signed a lease with him.
Also, YouTube didn't seem to give a flying fuck because he's still got like a fucking 500,000 subscribers, which I'd like to investigate as well. Where
this is what I want to know. All right, guys, let's take a moment to talk about our sponsors. It's DraftKings Casino. Listen, guys, if the slots are spinning, you could be winning. You guys need to head over to DraftKings Casino and play the classics you know and love. And make sure you check out the DraftKings exclusive games. There's new players that give DraftKings Casino a spin can earn anywhere from $5,000 to $1,000 in casino credits. Just sign up with the code ThisBXX and wager at least $100 on slots or table games to receive up to $1,000 in casino credits. Only on DraftKings Casino. The crown is yours. You know I love to gamble, Sarah. You know I love a good slot machine. I something about me changes when I'm in Vegas.
That's true.
So this is the ad for me, which brings me to my next point. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-78-9777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. 21 plus. Physically present in Connecticut, Michigan, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, West Virginia only. Void in Ontario. Eligibility restrictions apply. New customers only. Minimum $100 in wagers required for reward. Play and earn rewards for up to 7 days by tier reach. Slots and table games only. Non-withdrawable casino credits expire in 168 hours. Wager $70,000 for maximum reward. Terms at casino.draftkings.com/promos. Ends March 16th, 2025 at 11:55 p.m. Eastern time. So once again, make sure you visit DraftKings Casino. Tell them we sent you, and let's get back into the pod.
That's right.
Let's take a moment from the pod to talk about our sponsors. It's Factor Meals.
Ooh, I love Factor Meals.
I know you do, Shankies. You actually showed me Factor Meals. Every time I think of Factor Meals, I think of you bringing over Factor Meals to our house before we would go hit the mics. And they're so easy. They save you so much time. Listen, Factor, if you want to optimize your nutrition this year, Factor has chef-made gourmet meals that make it easy to live well and eat well. They're dietitian approved. They're ready to heat in 2 minutes, so you can fuel up and feel great no matter what life throws at you. Factor arrives fresh and fully prepared. You can lose to 8 pounds in 8 weeks.
Whoa.
Yeah, with Factor Keto meals based on a randomized controlled clinical trial with Factor Keto. Results will depend on diet and exercise. But they have 40 options, 8 dietary preferences on the menu each week. It's easy to pick and tailor your goals. You can choose from things like Calorie Smart, Protein Plus, or Keto. So there's a lot of options for everybody there.
It's really easy to just grab. That's what I like about it.
Dude, any way I can save a few minutes so I can relax.
And the taste, chef's kiss.
Yes. And then this year you can reach your goals with ingredients you can trust. I love to save time. I love a quick, easy meal. And it's delicious, dude. Eat smart with Factor. Get started at factormeals.com/thisbe50off and use code thisbe50off to get 50% off your first box plus free shipping. That's code thisbe50off at factormeals.com/thisbe50off to get 50% off plus free shipping on your first box. And make sure you let them know that this bitch sent you.
Hell yeah.
All right, let's get back into it.
Let's get back into it.
Oh, what is this, Francis? Is this him? Is him explaining himself? I think we have a video, you guys. What's his name? Pablo? Paco. It shouldn't be Paco. He's Asian.
I know.
Makes no sense.
It goes with his last name. His last name has like Paco in it.
Paco. That makes more sense. That sounds about right.
Paco.
Okay. What are you guys whispering over there? We want all the details. Don't cover up for your roommate. What are you doing over there? What are you cutting out of the video? Francis is like, we need someone to pay the water. It's like, I'll give you $30 if you could just give me the whole YouTube clip.
How many?
I'm counting 12 rapes.
Can you list them for us?
This is according to Wikipedia. We have date rape, gang rape,
Okay.
spousal rape,
Okay.
rape of children, statutory rape, prison rape, serial rape, payback rape, war rape, rape by deception, corrective rape, and custodial rape.
So he raped by deception.
He raped by deception. Okay, thank you for helping. That's a lot of rape. And you know what's the one that I wasn't thinking about?
What?
Gang rape. And that is horrifying.
That's fucking horrible.
That's horrifying.
That's horrible.
It's the scariest one, I'll say that. Just like objectively the scariest one.
Yes.
Not to rate the rapes.
Yes. I'm rating the rapes right now, and that's a bad one.
Gang rape, I'd go above prison rape because
but still below child rape.
below child rape.
I mean,
child rape, I guess, is the scariest one.
Worst. I'll take 4 dicks before a 5-year-old takes one.
You're right.
You know what I mean?
Right. I will sacrifice it. I
would sacrifice myself in a gang rape to save a child from being child raped.
Me too. That's what any good person would do. That
I'll also come, but that has nothing to do with it.
I mean, which gang are we talking about?
Right. It depends on what color they're wearing, I guess. Yeah, that's crazy. So what was this YouTube video we pulled up? You think I'm gonna let it go? They want me to let go of rape. They want me to casually let go of rape and move on with my life, and now I can't spend the night at the Hype House like I wanted to until I feel safe.
I mean, if we were to spend the night at the Hype House, I like the idea that it's like Frank and Harrington protecting us, because you know that Eric goes to bed at fucking 11 p.m. and he's knocked out, and we're all afraid to knock on the door and fucking initiate his PTSD.
Right. That's what I was thinking when I stayed there. I was like, what if tonight's the night Eric loses his mind and kills everyone?
It's like, I don't think that would happen with ladies there, though. I really don't think that Eric is a lady killer. I think he's a man and child killer.
I think so too, but I think that's not how PTSD works. I think when you snap, you just don't see anything.
I trust him. I feel like
trust war?
I'll bet I could bring Eric back with a hug. That's
very hippie of you. He's like shooting us all in the face, and you're like, "Come here, let's just
Eric
shroom it out."
knows my hugs. I think I could bring him back.
Eric, you're hot and you're a killer, and I love it. If you're listening to this, it's so hot.
Kim, you've never done this on air, but I'm glad that it's all coming out.
Let the world know. Eric, you're scary, and I like it.
Eric's
hot. Terrifying. That's what it is. He's a little scary.
Yeah, it adds to the attraction for sure. Mm-hmm. I see it.
What'd Paco say? Play it, Francis. I want to hear it.
I got weed in my mouth. I got such fresh weed in my mouth.
I can't hear anything.
Hold on.
Did you get the weed out?
I got the weed out. Also, big shout out and thanks to Joey and Ani who are letting us use the Too Much Content studio, which is fucking dope.
The studio's fucking incredible.
It's so nice, man.
You guys are unaware, 2 weeks ago, I was accused of sexual misconduct, so coercion. And if you don't know what coercion is, basically where you are trying to pressure somebody or threaten somebody to get something from them. Somebody accused me of rape, which is 100% false.
Okay, stop. He already said he raped.
When?
The lie detector test.
On the yeah.
And now it's false.
No. This video is before the lie detector test. I think
he realized that he raped after. Did he learn that he raped? And
I
then he's
think
like,
that he was afraid that we had all this in the bag, so he literally was putting the Legion of Skanks contest above.
that's insane.
Like, I think
that
that
makes me believe he's a rapist.
Yeah, that's
the fact that he loves Legion of Skanks that much that he'll ruin his entire innocence makes me believe he's a rapist more than anything. That's such a rapey move.
That's hilarious. Yeah, there were a couple people in that contest who didn't say no to the rape.
All right,
didn't say hard no.
Let's see what else he has to say. Oh,
I have a complete memory, completely different of what they've stated. I have screenshots showing that we were cordial and we were flirtatious afterwards. And so for that, some people were like, wow, I can't believe you were so graphic in detail with that last one. That's disgusting. And for me, I was like, wouldn't you find what she said completely disgusting, because she's falsely accusing me of rape and she's using very graphic language? So I'm going to explain using the same thing in what actually happened. Why would you find that disgusting?
I hope his mom's in the kitchen cooking. she just has to hear him make a rape apology on YouTube.
What can I say? I've spoken to Paco at least 100 times in the last couple of months, and I didn't understand the YouTube following. He's somehow way more likable on camera than he is right in front of you in person. His rape apology is the most likable I have fucking seen him so far.
I'm telling you, if I wasn't a lazy piece of shit, I'd be a YouTube star. YouTube is easy to seem likable because you just cut at all the silent parts. So it's someone consistently putting the best parts, and they're cutting at even if you stop and then you start a sentence, they would cut that space, and those jump cuts catches people's attention, and it makes you seem like you have more personality and that your thoughts aren't stopped and that you can just keep thinking and like talk like clearly and fluently, and it's easier to listen to.
Right, like you're the best public speaker on earth.
Yes, it's a trick. Every YouTuber does it.
To
Every
defend
single one of
myself
them.
in that aspect. The third one accused me of being creepy. 100% I was creepy. Lacking social awareness and social skills. I had zero game, and I was just trying to flirt, and I was
He's
bad
not cutting
at it.
though.
That he's honest about. Yeah, he's not cutting. I know. I was gonna make that point.
Fucked up of me. This girl and I had matched on Tinder. We were flirting, and I was trying to progress it into things, and then sent a pic. And that was unwarranted. That was unwanted. And I think that's something that also, guys, we gotta know. Like, you can't just like unsolicited dick pics.
He's likable in this video, Kim.
What's up?
He's kind of hot. Wait a minute.
I can't believe that I'm liking anything in this
Maybe
video.
I'm back to staying at the hype house.
Paco it's like he doesn't know how to speak in front of people, like to your face. I mean, making eye contact with him is wildly awkward for some reason, but he could look directly at a camera and speak better than I ever could in my life. I'll give him that.
Okay, let's see, because he's getting better at this. Now, was the rape a dick pic? Or is this the beginning?
I think this is the beginning, but regardless.
So his whole relationship with this girl starts with an unsolicited dick pic.
Yeah, it seems that way. But
that's not a good start for him.
No, it's not a good start for him, but I respect the way that he's talking about it.
He's being honest.
Sure, it's easy. It's easy to.
Unsolicited dick pics can be in relationships. It can be from friends. It can be when you're trying to set the mood. Just don't do it. It's probably better to not do it. And so yeah, we'll get into my situation. I'm gonna first talk about a couple of things that I've learned. And
if you like my channel, like and subscribe, and make sure to hit that share button, guys.
Smash that like button. Hit subscribe.
Smash that smash that like button. Don't say no to me.
Really important as a learning lesson for myself, and I think for other people. Now, if you're the type of person who's like, wow, this guy's a bitch giving into cancel culture, just leave. If you're somebody who feels uncomfortable discussing male privilege, it might be better for you to leave. Unless you genuinely want to learn about male privilege.
Did they watch this on Skanks before they let him on?
No.
This is crazy.
No, we're the first to react to this publicly.
Why wouldn't they have watched
I
this?
can't believe we didn't think of it till now.
You know what? This is fucking incredible.
It's good. This is some good shit.
Now he's talking about male privilege. That would have really pissed them off. They wouldn't have liked that at all.
This is shocking to me.
How is this the first time you're seeing this, Francis? That man is in your bathroom every night.
When I tell you, we met him and we were like, I'll never watch any of his content. He sucks. It just never seemed like it would ever be good.
Oh my God, keep going.
How you can change those things, you know. And I think another thing to take into, because, you know, for me, I'm always somebody who's like, I'll gladly take the blame for things. Like in a group project, I think I'm the first one to mess up.
Okay, I'm back to being he's a rapist.
Where I was accused of coercion, I was like, but she consented. She didn't say no during our situation, but I did guilt trip her into coming over. And some girls said, yeah, when you guilt trip a girl into coming over, she has difficulty saying no there. She's gonna have difficulty saying no anywhere else. So I was like, oh, okay, I'll take the blame for that one. And then I disputed the other.
How did he guilt trip her to coming over?
I don't know, but
Was he like, bitch, I'll kill you if you don't come over? These are important details.
Well, that would be a threat, not a guilt trip. A guilt trip is like, you're making me so sad. I'm gonna like you know, that kind of shit. Like an emotional appeal of some kind. And in my mind, it's like, I understand. I'm the fucking guiltiest feeling person of anyone. Like I could do something that's very minorly like negative and feel kind of guilty about it. Mm-hmm. I feel like it's important to draw a line somewhere. Like if you're letting a dude guilt trip you into having sex with him and you don't say no, then you're not being honest about the situation, and he might be as confused as you are. You can't label that rape if you're not literally saying no.
I'm there with you.
I mean, I have like empathy for girls in that position because I've literally done it before, but I just don't see it that way. I've certainly been coerced into having sex in situations where I'm like, I don't want to do this right now.
I mean, am I wrong to think that most girls have had sex when they didn't want to?
Yeah, I think it's really common, and if you're not,
it's really common, and it's such a fine line between just like,
if you're not being upfront and drawing this line and saying no, I don't want to fuck right now, and he's not fucking forcing you into doing it, then it's not rape. You have to be honest with yourself, and you can't leave it in a man's hands. Like, they always want sex. You can't let them be making that decision if you're fucking against it.
Listen, you don't put a dead mouse in a hungry snake tank.
Yeah, that's
that was me. That was Sue.
It was so funny.
If you're listening, that was not me.
By the way, on Saturday,
I would never say that.
We had a little birthday party for Mike Harrington at a park near my house. It was the day that Kim flew in. And I saw Brian, a producer at Gas Digital, for the first time in like months because all his shows are produced at home. And after a few minutes, he's like, hey, what's with the Southern accent? And I was like, Brian. I went down there to Tampa, Florida, visit my friend Kim. We did a couple things together, and now my brain is broken. And every now and again, I can't slip out of it.
She's been in it.
Literally, he was dying. He thought it was the funniest thing ever that I broke my brain on Altoids. Dude,
those toids, they truly never really left me either. You know, when they're like, people are like, I did acid and I kind of was never the same. That's your story. That's
my story.
I heard the first time I heard about acid, I heard like one time a kid did the acid and he just thought he was a box of orange juice, a carton of orange juice for the rest of his life. And that was like the thing I heard about acid growing up. And for you, you're just Sue.
It's crazy that you said acid because I was just going to correct you. I feel like I have too much respect for the real Sue to call myself Sue. So when I'm doing the character, I've decided to name her Clementine.
Oh my God. It's not great. Okay. It's not great, but it fits somehow.
It's Clementine, yeah.
It's Clementine.
Yeah.
Clementine, okay.
Yeah. You can be Sue if you want.
I'll be Sue.
Yeah, Sue and Clementine. We can't both be Sue.
I thought we could.
I wish, sister. Then we could be one. Oh man, I don't know. I'm coming around. If what Paco is saying in this video is true, I don't don't see it as being like worthy of the R word. Rape is a really serious word. Like, it can't be thrown around for bitches who are like, well, I didn't want to come over, but he said he would be sad if I didn't.
Right. If that's the rape, I can't get on board with that. If I have to get canceled to stand up for that, I'm sorry. You just listen. I do it all the time. You know how many times a guy's been like, "Come on, please." And I don't even really want to have sex, and I just want to go over there for like attention. And
yeah,
then I do.
I just want somebody to like feel like someone loves me for a couple minutes. I'm like, I guess I gotta fuck him.
And then and then you fuck them, and you're like, it's sad that I had to fuck for that. And we all feel sad about that. But like, you know what? It feels even better is being like no, and then he like hounds you like a dog for a week.
Yeah, or
so
like,
once you start learning that, you get less sad about it. But we cannot call that rape.
No,
we can't unless a guy's being like, I'm gonna kill myself, I'm so lonely, and then you go over there and then he convinces you to fuck him. That's a different story.
And like, I don't know, I feel like this entire podcast so far is probably triggering to some people, like, but I
definitely Paco.
Yeah, probably Paco. Yeah, I can't say what I don't feel, and it's like the whole like believe all women movement has come to this point where I almost feel like uncomfortable being like, well, that isn't rape. But at the same point, I'm not saying don't believe all women. I believe that this could have been like a stressful night for her where she really didn't want to fuck this guy. It's just like a situation where you need to learn from that and take it into every future like encounter that you have and be like, I'm not going to make that mistake again because it made me feel shitty. It made me feel like I had been raped so I need to not allow that and just say no next time. I'm not going to come over because you're guilting me.
Right.
Yeah.
I agree. Let's see. Can we keep going? How much video is there? How long is it?
There's 13 minutes left.
Oh, that's okay.
Responsibility for certain other things, and I was like, okay, people who are reading this, if they read both sides, they can understand that, you know, I'm taking blame for what I feel I did wrong. And then some people were like, rapist, and I was like, okay, I have to address this. And so for me, it was very difficult because after the initial allegations came out, like I spent 24 hours without sleep just talking to different people in my life, women that I look up to and I really respect.
I'm back on him being a rapist again.
You say that every time he says something douchey.
I hate that.
It's funny.
I asked my mother, my sister.
It's been a situation where like Paco in person, he's kind of like this, but this is what you expect from a video, you know what I mean?
Right.
So it's a little off-putting in person in a certain way. And I haven't been, it's just like a weird thing where I'm like, it's hard to accept somebody being so sincere since we're all so mean all the time. Like if he comes up to me and he's like, I spoke to a lot of the older women in my life and whatever, I'm like, fuck off, Paco. Like, you know what
right.
you know what I mean? It's just, I guess sincerity in comedy is difficult to accept.
Right. Am I on his side or not?
I don't know.
This is the trial of Paco. Frank, hit it. That's what I meant.
Situation.
Come on.
And ultimately, they're like, you're in a catch-22 right now because you either apologize, and if you only apologize, it looks like you're taking 100% responsibility for everything, or if you apologize and try to dispute certain things, it looks like your apology isn't genuine and you're making it into a he said, she said situation. And for me, I was like, I totally get that. So if you were in this situation, what would you want someone who has hurt you to do? And they said, I would want an apology. And so with that, because I had an understanding of, or I guess I was hopeful that people would see my side and then take into account, okay, he's taking responsibility for guilt tripping her here.
That's it?
No,
it's just a guilt trip?
Not what happened at all.
Nope.
So that's why I feel the need to address this. Another thing is that we live in a patriarchy, and for those of you guys who don't know what a patriarchy is, don't worry, I didn't either. I had to Google a lot of things.
Oh my God, this is so good. This is gold. Keep going. You know what we should do?
Is this wrong? Frank's shaking his head yes.
Oh, is what wrong?
This
Us going over his...
Us bringing this, resurfacing this.
Okay, my friends moved in with a man who admitted on a lie detector that he raped. And we're supposed to not research it live on my podcast?
Oh, you make a good point, Kim. You know what? You run the show. You always run this show.
If I think he's raped by the end of the podcast, I'm dropping the address to the Hype House.
Well, hold on. My
Frances, don't edit that out, even though you live there.
My 3 dearest friends live there, and 1 rapist potentially.
So you have to go in blindfolded and guess which one. Yeah. Listen.
Going into the Hype House blindfolded and guessing which one is the rapist between the 4 of them. That should be a game show on network television.
Who's the rapist?
Who's the rapist?
Room rapist. Can we play it at 2 times speed? And you can't say it's fucked up. We're already halfway through the video, and I feel like he's getting good redemption here.
He was for a while, then he started talking about he's getting
a little crazy with the patriarchy.
He started using some real very pandering words that are now making me cringe and
scaring me into thinking it's all an act.
I'll be honest, I'm not sure what his role at Gas Digital is, but I don't necessarily want to throw a coworker under the bus, although he did admit rape. It's all kind
he admitted rape on a lie detector test. Why is us looking at his YouTube video off limits?
It's all public. I mean,
it's his YouTube video.
Let's do it.
I'm not hit it, Frank.
Hit it.
Not the smartest person, but when it comes to the patriarchy, it's basically a society that caters to men. And that's 100% true. That's why we have male privilege. If you don't believe that, why are men paid more than women for jobs that, they do the same? Why are there more men on company boards than women? Just why does society teach a man persist
not good.
Until you get what you want, and then society has...
can you skip forward halfway to the halfway mark?
That's where I think he's going to get back to rape.
Yeah. We need... Once he's done with the dictionary.
You're not going to come and get food with me. You're going to flake out. I can't believe it. Okay. That's not the same as when it comes to sex. And the reason for that, I think I said earlier, is that when it comes to sex, there's already an added pressure, for women to give in. And so if you guilt trip them into coming over and they say yes, it's already going to be difficult for them to say no in the future because they've already given in. So when she came over, she was like, we're just going to cuddle. I was like, yeah, we're just going to cuddle. So we're cuddling and we started making out. And in my head, I was like, this is already more than cuddling. So she is on the same page as me, is where people will use the word,
yeah.
do you want to cuddle? As a cover word to say that they want to have sex. Because, again, society has taught women to be docile. So women don't want to be seen as slutty or anything. So they're not.
He's right.
They're not going to just say, yo, I want to have sex. So we're cuddling, we're making out, then we started the dry hump, and then she goes, damn.
Oh, okay, hold on, pause. It's really sad that he had to say that on air.
I'm almost feeling like if this story is fully true, this video was a mistake. Because it's like
the whole video?
He actually doesn't owe her this much of an apology if she truly, if this is the situation.
If this is the situation and he admitted rape, he needs to stop talking.
He needs to stop talking. He's too naive. I think that, Frank put his
admitting
thumb
to
up.
If this is the whole situation, and we're only hearing his side of the story. Let's, rape is a serious thing if you've really been raped.
I know, that's why I'm upset that this word is being thrown around.
But if this is the true entire situation, like if she put out a video and this is the situation, he needs to stop admitting to rape.
Yes.
That someone.
I'm gonna have a talk with that boy.
Hit it, Frank.
And that's why this night sticks out to me, because I was so confused by that. I was like, what? And she goes, yeah, I made a bet with friends that the most we would do is make out. And I was like, that's all we're doing. And she goes, we're dry humping too. And I was like, I can't believe we're talking about this. This is so weird. I was so confused. I was just like, okay, is this her way of trying to be quirky? Is she trying to be like, haha, I made a bet with my friends about this stuff, that we're going to do. And she just goes, yeah, so since I lost the bet, I have to buy my friends something. And I said, well, since you lost the bet, do you want to continue? And she was like, sure. and I asked, okay, well, I'm going to go put a condom on. Is that okay? And she was like, yeah. And so I did. We had consensual sex. And then I'm the type of person that overthinks a lot of situations. You know, in the terms of hookups, I didn't know if, you know, am I supposed to kick her out? Do I let her stay? So I just let her stay. And then in the morning, she says that I was cold and pretentious. I don't believe I was pretentious at all. I definitely believe that I was overthinking, and I was definitely cold because I didn't give her what she wanted. You know, she after sex, if she wants like affection and romantic stuff and me to say like oh, I really like you, I want to see you again, like that's just not how I felt. Because she was somebody that had only been in relationships. She had only been in, I think, 1 or 2 relationships. And
this is interesting. This is like a social experiment.
How so?
I'm like watching this and I'm like, I don't know. It's very interesting.
Yeah.
How you could feel one extreme way and then listen to a story and be like, you know what? This all makes sense.
Yeah.
But why would he admit to rape?
I don't know, but like,
to be an intern.
Listen, I don't mean to be like super harsh on Paco, but like he seems to me too naive to actually like weave a story like this. I'm buying this story based on interactions that I've had with him in the past, because he really seems, he's a little older than me, but he kind of has this like he comes from Hawaii. He's just came to New York. Like he's like from an like island. Like he's just not in the world the way that we are.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, he didn't even know there was a cancel culture when he was guilting that girl into coming over.
Yeah. I don't know.
He still thought rape was okay even though he didn't do it.
To be honest with you, I don't know if this story is true. Like I almost can't explain why he would admit to it, besides him just trying to be like a really nice guy and see this girl's feelings, like,
and be like, yeah, well, technically I guess she feels like I did, so I say that I did.
Yeah, or being like you know, if like I have to like check myself because I see that like socially the world is going in this direction, and if somebody feels that way, then I must have done something wrong and feeling guilty about it.
I'm sure I've guilted a guy to come over and fuck me.
Yeah, I mean, the way
I've texted a guy and been like, I'm so lonely. Is that guilting him?
The way that I have been guilted into coming over to have sex with my ex-boyfriend, like, I mean, did he rape me 1,000 times?
Yes. But so what?
I mean, geez.
You're fine.
I'm fine. Look at me now.
That is horrible.
I don't know. Paco, and I did not think that this was what I was going to come out with on the other end of this video. I did not have any faith that this video was going to
I started this video saying fuck him.
Whatsoever. How do you guys feel? That's kind of mean to put this.
How do you guys feel, roommates of him? His?
I can barely hear the video, so.
Oh.
Ani's with us.
Ani, how do you feel? Are you with or against him right now?
It's hard because I want to believe it, but he's also a professional entertainer in terms of YouTubing and stuff. I mean, I don't know. Serial killers are always likable.
Yeah.
I don't know. I want to believe it, but like, I mean, situations like this happen. I want to know why she felt the need to call rape. Like, why was this rape to her? Just because he was cold? Big deal.
Right.
You know?
Right. God, if I had to claim every man that was cold to me was a rapist, I'd be blogging for years. Jesus.
I've never had consensual sex.
I've never had a man be warm once. When a man is warm, I'm surprised. I'm like, look I found an affectionate one. I'll hold on to this one for 6 months.
Man, this is a very complicated scenario. Is he coming over, by the way?
He's outside right
He's
now.
He's coming over to film post content
is he
with
here?
us.
With me?
With everybody. He's doing it network wide.
Is he here?
We should get him on the mic when he comes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
When he's here, bring him in. We can't do this whole podcast and not have him in. Then we have to tell him that our entire podcast is about his rape.
I was already thinking earlier about how I was going to tell him later. I was like We don't have that kind of friendship yet, and he's been. I sort of sense him trying to be friends.
Oh, hilarious. I love it. It's so good. Oh, man. Well, if he makes it through this, he'll make it through anything.
If he makes it through this, he could hang.
Yeah. Truly.
Even if he did rape.
Even if he did rape. Can we go to the last few minutes of the video to close it up?
I've definitely been disrespectful to certain people. I didn't take into account their feelings, and it was very selfish of me. And you know, I'm definitely trying to be more of that. I've always been somebody who's been like upfront and just genuine about how I feel, but I think it's also important to listen to how other people feel, you know, and being genuine with them and such. So that's kind of everything that I had to say. I know it's a big mess, and I hope you follow along. If you didn't, I'm sorry about that. If you don't want to support me anymore, I completely understand.
Unsmash that
And
like
if
button.
you-
All right. That's enough of that. We get it.
If you don't want to support me anymore, complain to YouTube.
Fuck. Well, I mean, the thing is about the Paco rape is that
That's the name of the episode about the Paco rape.
about the Paco rape.
Oh man.
The thing is about the Paco rape is that we only heard his side. And from hearing his side, truly, from hearing his side, if that's it, I think, yeah, maybe don't guilt her into coming and learn from that. And just be a nicer guy in general.
Yeah, and she should learn a lesson from it as well. You guys should both like leave that
don't guilt and
scenario.
don't be guilted.
Don't guilt, don't be guilted. If you see that happening, you know it's just not something that you want to participate in, because it's going to leave you with some shitty feelings at the end.
Yeah, and also like not every guy cuddles. A lot of them don't. And if you aren't dating and you're not going on dates, I don't think there should be an expectation for him to be like openly affectionate, because some people just aren't like that. And if you're just hooking up, that's probably men, whatever's happening in the moment, that's what's the plan in their head. I don't think that they go much further than in the present. Like if they're like if you're just hooking up with a guy and and then you just came over and you guys don't text and you don't go on dates, I don't think he's going to think like she needs to be cuddled, like she needs to be loved.
For sure. Do you know what?
Type 13 rape. There's 12
There's-
kinds of rape.
Oh,
Mislabeled rape is type 13.
mislabeled rape.
Mislabeled rape.
Is type 13. I like that. You know what I also found an interesting part
I
of
thought
this?
she was giving us some code that she was being raped by Joey. It looked like the way she. Dude, have you ever heard those stories where women like go into the vet's office and they hand the vet like a note? She just left us. She just came and stuck this in front of us and we quietly read it and she like nodded us.
Do we need to call the police?
It might actually still be a sign and we're selling her out as a joke.
Jesus.
Joey's laughing like, yeah, bitch. Oh, I got you now.
A really interesting part of this is the bet that she made with her friends that she wasn't going to do anything more than cuddle with him.
That's weird.
Right? Because right then and there, if let's say
She's making bets about what she's doing that
it's
night.
a very weird bet. Let's say me and you make that bet, right? For whatever reason, we wouldn't. But if we did, it would be because you're implying, oh, you like this dude so much. There's no way you're not going to do more than cuddle with him. So if her friends are already feeling that way, and it's like, were you coming over there to try to win a bet? I don't know. The whole thing seems
off.
As you said, we have not heard her side of the story.
As far as hearing this side,
Yes.
I'm on this side.
Yeah.
If this is the truth, I'm on his side.
Yeah. Agreed.
But I would love to hear the other side.
But this is- yeah,
does
it's
she have a
all
YouTube
alleged.
channel for next week's podcast?
Dude, if you think I'm not going to ask him when he gets here.
I wish he was here now. How long have we been going?
45.
Fuck.
Honestly, that was the quickest 45 minutes of my life. it's flown by.
It's gone so quick. We've just tried to figure out one
I
rape.
wish the rest of the office would rape. We could have a podcast every week.
Come on, you guys. Pick it up for us. Hit it, Frank. He just starts fucking someone.
Dude,
It's funny to say hit it, Frank, but it's just me making him click play to blast his roommate on a rape video on our podcast. Like I'm doing it like it's the theme of The Price is
Frank
Right.
was so against this subject for today.
He did. If you are listening to this, Frank did not want to do this to you.
Yeah, Frank didn't want to do it to you, and if you are the serial killer type, this is not Frank. This was all the girls needing something to go to because we don't want this to be a therapy session.
Oh, we needed something, and we're glad your rape was here.
We really put our problems
It was
on
either-
Paco this week.
It was either our secrets or Paco's rape. And we definitely chose Paco's rape.
Made our choice instantly. We were relieved that he'd
Ooh,
raped.
thank God he raped. I don't have to tell these secrets on the podcast this week.
God damn it.
It's almost like your secrets guilted you into this segment.
Oh,
No.
God damn it, Frank.
Fuck.
God damn it.
Oh shit, man. I mean, where do we even go from here? What about the other ones?
The other videos?
The other interns?
The other interns? It's Paul here.
No,
I had a
but
slumber party with him
The
last
rapist.
night.
Were you one of the rapists?
No, the rapists all got ditched. They didn't win the contest. Paul won.
Oh, okay. So
Paul
there's-
showed us his penis.
but
Doesn't he not seem like the type?
No, he does not at all.
Paul won with rape.
He won by showing us his penis. He actually, it was the extra
He
points.
exposed himself without consent.
It was the extra points that threw him over the edge to the winning the competition. And he was the least likely of the group to do it. And to this day, he still is the least likely of the group to do it.
Would you ever just do that again randomly? Or did you do it because you knew you needed it?
I definitely did do it because I not knew that I needed it, knew that it would work. And yeah, if I have to again.
Are you rapey?
He's literally not rapey at all.
Oh, you be the judge of that. I would say
No,
no.
no, I need you to say no.
No.
Why didn't they want to say no to that?
You be the judge of that was the hottest thing I've ever heard Paul say. Are you rapey? You be the judge of that. I
Oh
mean,
my God.
at least he's leaving the ball in my court. Like I already feel a little less raped, you know?
He's literally making you in charge of whether he's a rapist or not.
Yeah.
I like that.
That was hot.
He's like, if you want me to rape you, I'll rape you. It's like, what? I think I do now. Wow. So you just whipped out your dick. So the other two rapists, did they tell their rape stories? Did anyone investigate?
No,
Guys, what the fuck?
we're not the police, Kim. We're Legion of Skanks podcast. Like, what do you think we're gonna do? We're not gonna gather evidence and take it to the local precinct.
I'm gathering all this podcast. I'm clipping this up and I'm bringing it to the police station.
How much could we do? It's like it's up to some cop to be listening to Legion of Skanks and fucking dig up some evidence on these guys. I don't know what to tell you. I'm a podcast producer. I'm not a fucking detective. You know?
We just solved a rape together. What do you mean? We detected that.
I don't know if it's solved. We only have half the story.
We solved half a rape together.
We solved the innocent half of a rape together. Oh man.
I want to know the other half. I want to know this girl. I want to know is she white? Is she Asian? Is she black? I'm feeling Asian. I feel like an Asian would make a bet with her friends that she wasn't going to dry hump someone when she went over to their house. I don't know why. That just fits the description to me.
Dry humping. You know what?
She was like, I bet my friends I wouldn't dry hump you.
What
It's
impressed
like,
me-
That's very Asian, right?
Yeah, something about that video was like every time he said something that we were like, pause the video, that was weird. Like then we would pick the video up again. He'd be like, isn't it like weird that I have to say dry humping out loud? he was going everything that I felt about the video. He addressed a minute later,
Right.
which kept me on board with his story. I think
Right.
so. I don't know if he's a psychopath. He's a very smart one.
If he's a psychopath, I'm fucking him because he's a good liar. He's gonna trick me eventually if he's that good.
Kim, it sounds like you've given up on men the way that you say you're looking for a good liar. I just need someone who lies to me well.
Please, just get away with it.
Just get away with it.
Please.
Make me ask no questions. Make me feel ridiculous.
Make me feel like a fucking idiot if I stumble upon it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the dream.
The dream. Just be left alone and cheated on. I want to be cheated on in peace.
I want none of the drama.
No.
Keep your side bitches on the side, yo.
Right. So the other two went home. We got Dick Out Paul.
We got to dig out Paul.
How was Paul's dick? I know you're right there. I'm asking Alex.
Paul's dick? It was flaccid. Okay, so I don't want to be.
You weren't rock hard for being an intern. You didn't get Rick Hard to be a Legion of Skanks intern. Urgh. I feel like you would be squirting pre-cum. They get so excited.
So funny to be rock hard for the internship contest. Dude, that would have been so impressive, and nobody's done it. I have seen so many dicks on so many Gas Digital shows, and nobody really fucking gets it flowing for it.
No.
Nobody pumps that blood in there. So I've seen people get a little chub. As I've told before, I was in the perfect placement at the SDR Skankfest show where it was a penis talent contest that they did through a tarp. Joey actually participated in it.
Okay.
I was sitting at the perfect point in the room, and I was just starting to peak on acid, where I'm next to the audience, and I could look at the audience, and I could see like the panel of comedian judges, and I could see the tarp like right in line with me, and then I could peek my head to the right and see a couple guys behind the tarp with their shirts on and their shoes on and their pants and underwear off, dressing their dick up in googly eyes and putting ties on their dick
this.
and chubbing their dick up a little bit to put it through the hole.
I think I remember this.
It was fucking awesome, dude. Just the duality. I was the only person standing, able to see what the show was from the front and what the guys were doing. They were all like standing back to back with each other, trying not to make eye contact with each other while they dressed their dicks up and put little skirts on it.
Joey's nodding like it's a flashback from Nom.
I mean, it was fucking...
I was there with the googly eyes.
Even then, though, nobody got rock hard for Skankfest even. I was like,
Rock hard for Skankfest.
nobody got rock hard for Skankfest.
Yeah, I know. We saw Zach Amico.
Dude.
Zach Amico
Is
his
a
dick.
really nice person. He's the best, one of the best guys at Gas Digital.
I've seen him mutilate his dick. He's the nicest person I've ever seen mutilate
Trying
their
to
dick.
steer the conversation. He's the nicest person for sure.
He's the nicest guy.
He's the best guy I know who knows people who hang themselves by hooks.
He is. He's the nicest guy I know who mutilates his own genitalia.
Yeah.
He's so nice.
He's
and
literally
so crazy.
The most generous person who staples his forehead.
Yes.
You know?
It's crazy. Fuck. We love Zach Amico.
I really do love Zach. I think we're gonna be on some of his shows. coming up in
Yay.
the next couple weeks.
Fuck
Should be
yeah.
fun.
I love that. I mean, should we end it there? We got to wrap it up.
Yeah.
All right.
Frank's sick of us. Frank's like, I'm gonna have to cut this episode anyway.
Frank's gonna find all his shit gone in his room when he comes home. All right.
All right.
That was fun.
This is fun. I told you coming here would be fun.
Oh shit. All right, you guys. Thank you so much for listening to another episode of Broad Topics. You guys can follow me on Twitter at Kimberly Congdon, on Instagram and TikTok at Kim Congdon. Check out my Twitch, twitch.tv/QueenKong1. And for the rest of the month, I will be doing shows at The Stand and around various clubs in New York. So make sure you check my Instagram and Twitter for those dates. I'll be posting them a week before, 2 weeks before I do the set. So if you're around, come through and watch a set.
Fuck yeah. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at I am Alex Scar, and head to gasdigitalnetwork.com. Use promo code TOPICS, TOPIX. You get a 7-day free trial, access to every episode of Broad Topics, as well as every other show on the network on demand in HD, live chat, bonus content, and more. Go do it. So worth it. It's literally so much better than any other streaming service that you're paying for. Literally, Hulu's not bringing this kind of content to you. Netflix, Disney Plus, God knows, is not doing this for you. Go subscribe to Gas Digital Network, please.
All right. We'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.